Hello, everyone, and welcome to the great African American read-in featuring 28 days of your favorite Black authors, brought to you from Children's Island, Jimmy's Playful Parables, and also Kappa Learning Group. Right now, we're going to go ahead and introduce our wonderful co-host, Mr. Kyrie Denby.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for joining us for the great African American author reading. I'm playing. It's good to be today. Our guest with Miss Joyce Fields. Miss Joyce, you can unmute.
I am unmuted.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Miss Joyce Fields. You are our author for this evening, and your read is Jette Black and Her Seven Friends. You may now begin.
Okay. Thank you, Gloria. This is the cover of the book, Jette Black and Her Seven Friends. This is a fairy tale about a little African-American girl who is being teased and taunted by her schoolmates. Will she overcome the teasing and taunting? You'll see. This book will sit proudly among your other fairy tales, such as Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, Jack and the Beanstalk, and so forth. The title of the book comes from play on the title Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So I made my title Jette Black and Her Seven Friends. Helping children to be all that they can be. That's this page. Then the book. The classroom was empty except for Jette, her mother, and her teacher, Mr. Emery. Thanks for coming to see me, Mrs. Black. I don't understand why Jette is doing so poorly in all her classes, Mr. Emery said sadly. Mr. Emery, Jette tells me and her father that every day a lot of other kids tease her because she is so tall for her age. Being tall runs in the family. Her father is 6 feet 8 inches. We talk with her about it, but we don't really know what to do to help her. I'm in the 3rd grade and I'm as tall as kids in the 6th grade. Jette looked at her mother, then at Mr. Emery. They tease me and they don't care about hurting my feelings. I don't like coming to school. Mr. Emery looked sternly at Jette. Well, Jette, you can't let other people keep you from getting your education. The only one who can do that is you. You're very smart and you can do well in school. I hope you'll try harder to ignore those kids who tease you. Here's an illustration. Jette Black and her mother and her teacher. We tell her the same thing, Mr. Emery. Mrs. Black turned to Jette. Jette, will you try harder to ignore them? Jette looked at her mother. Yes, Mama. Then she looked at Mr. Emery. Yes, Mr. Emery, I will. I promise. We'd better get going, Jette, Mrs. Black said. She smiled at Mr. Emery. Thanks for your time, Mr. Emery. We can all look forward to Jette's improvement. Have a good weekend. Jette will see you Monday. Jette picked up her backpack and waved to Mr. Emery. Back at home, while reading a book, Jette fell asleep and had a strange, wonderful dream. In this dream, she was staring at and talking to her bedroom mirror, looking for answers. Mirror, mirror on the wall, why do I have to be so tall? Slowly, the mirror became foggy. Then she heard a kind, gentle voice. My dearest Jette, so very sweet, 7 friends you're about to meet. The fog began to swirl faster and faster and turned into a beautiful woman who spoke softly to Jette. Hi, Jette. My name is Rosa Ling. I'm a doctor. Like you, I am very tall, 6 feet 2 inches to be exact. I was taller than you when I was your age. A lot of kids teased me too. Don't let it get you down, Jette. Get a good education so you can be whatever you want to be. Don't let them stand in your way. I want to introduce you to some other folks. Come with me. Jette, this is Patty Scott, the Honorable Patty Scott. Patty, this is Jette Black. Jette doesn't want to go to school. The kids tease her because she is so tall. And then here's a picture of Patty with the Rosa Wing and Jette Black. Oh, Jette, I know how you feel. As you can see, I'm overweight. And I was overweight when I was your age. The kids used to call me Fatty Patty. That hurt my feelings. But all the good people in my life told me to ignore them so I could get a good education and be whatever I wanted to be. I wanted to be a judge. I did it. And no one calls me Fatty Patty anymore. Now they call me Your Honor. Rosa smiled at Patty. Thanks, Patty. Come on, Jette. Why don't you join us, Patty? Rosa said. I'd love to, said Patty. Jette whispered to Patty, thank you very much. Rosa took Jette and Patty to a beautiful park. Sitting under a tree were 5 people, talking and laughing together. Rosa said, hey, everybody, you all know Patty, and this is Jette Black. Jette doesn't want to go to school. The kids tease her because she is tall. Jette, this is Juju Wang. She's an airline pilot. This is Juan Hernandez. He's an award-winning writer. This is Jimmy Lighthorse. He's a research scientist. This is Oscar Wajanewski. He's an engineer. And this is Lucy Watson. She's a university professor. They all have something to say to you, Jette. Juan smiled at Jette and motioned for her to join them under the tree. And here they all are under the tree. Oscar said, Jette, my last name is Wajanewski. I was teased about that all the time when I was your age. But I thought that the ones who teased me had a problem. I didn't. I wanted to be an engineer. Engineers have to be good in math. I didn't let the teasing stop me from getting a good education. I'm very glad that I didn't. I hope you won't either, Jette. Lucy smiled and waved at Jette. Well, Jette, I've been in a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. There was a time when people thought you couldn't do anything if you lived your life in a wheelchair. They felt sorry for me, but I didn't feel sorry for myself. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I knew that if I was a good student, I could be a good teacher. My students tell me that I'm one of the best teachers they've ever had. Get a good education, Jette. One day you'll be very glad that you did. Jimmy winked and smiled at Jette. My turn, he said. I too know how you feel, Jette. A lot of kids called me dumb Indian. They believed that Native Americans couldn't be smart. I wanted to be a research scientist so I could help find cures for diseases. So I knew I had to be smart in school. I didn't let the teasing stop me. I was very serious about my education. You can do it too, Jette. Juan was next. Hi, Jette. I always look to read good stories. So I decided that I would be a good story writer. Kids tease me because I stutter, but I felt sorry for them. I thought they were sad. I don't stutter when I write. Go to school every day, Jette. Be a good student. Juju said, hi, Jette, I'm last, but not least, huh? I was one of the first female airline pilots in the whole wide world. All the kids used to tease me too. They would say that girls couldn't fly airplanes. I wanted to be a pilot, And I figured that if boys could do it, so could girls. I didn't let their teasing change my dreams. Don't you do it either, Jette. Think of school as one of your best friends. It's where you learn how to read and write and do math. And you learn a lot of things about the world. Go every day and do your best. Rosa looked at Jette, put her hand on her shoulder and said, "Time to go, Jette." Jette looked at every person under the tree, smiled at them all and said, "I have met 7 very special people today, 7 friends. I will always remember what you have told me. When I go back to school, things are going to be different. I'm tall, and now I see that it's really not a big deal. I'll probably get taller, and that will be okay. I'm going to do as my mother always tells me. You're tall and beautiful. Carry yourself with dignity and grace. I'll ignore the kids that tease me. I'm going to be a good student. I don't know yet what I want to be, but I'm going to get a good education so that I can be good at it. Thanks again. I'll never forget any of you." Rosa bent down and picked up a pretty red rock. She took Jette's right hand and put the rock on her palm and said, "Keep this pretty red rock, Jette. It will remind you of us and it will help you stay on track." Jette closed her fingers around the pretty red rock. Jette was awakened by the sound of soft knocking on her bedroom door. And this is a picture where she's leaving her friends. "Jette, wake up. It's time for dinner. Go wash your hands." "Okay, Mama, I'm coming." Jette remembered her dream clearly and smiled. She looked down at her closed right hand and slowly opened it. There sat the pretty red rock. And then the last page is, what did you learn from this book? And then I forgot to show the page where she woke up, and then here's the picture of her with the pretty red rock in her hand. That's the end of it.
Thank you, Miss Joyce. That is amazing. Thank you very, very much. I'm telling you that life lessons for sure, was observed and learned through that book. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
Well, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Well, I want to, before we close, I would like to introduce Miss Jocelyn Jones. Jocelyn, do you have anything you would like to say?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
I've enjoyed it. I'm sorry I had some technical difficulties, but I've enjoyed hearing. I couldn't wait to hear your book and hear what it was all about. But from what I've heard, it like Gloria saying, it's a lot of life lessons in there. I love the part of the child that was stuttering, the friend that was stuttering. That's definitely something that we need to address.
Yes.
And, and that's something that you can overcome. But that was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much. And you can get the book at goodshortbooks.com.
All right.
Yes. All right. I was just getting ready to ask you that question. Where can we purchase your book? It's truly a motivational pick me up, pick you up, pick yourself up, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I wrote it in 2009. So.
Mr. Denby?
Well, I want to say, even though you wrote it in 2009, it's getting ready to make a comeback. I got my copy.
Oh, thank you.
And I was telling Jocelyn yesterday, Jocelyn is doing a month of loving yourself. And I was telling her about your book and how it went in line with loving yourself and not, loving your body just as it is.
Yeah.
So, maybe you and Jocelyn can connect this month. And
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. We're doing a month for educators, for caregivers. We are nannies, babysitters, early childhood providers, teachers, and private school. My business is dedicating the month of love and self-care So we're just giving tips to teachers and so forth. So that'll be great.
Okay,
With
yeah. Well,
It
I
is,
don't know.
Jocelyn.
How can I reach you? My email is goodshortbooks@yahoo.com.
yes, ma'am. I will put it in the chat on Facebook for you, all my information.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
good. So this has been a very good experience for me. This is the first time I've ever done a Facebook Live. I didn't know it was on Zoom. I didn't know how it was done. Yeah, so, but like I said, I'm a senior citizen trying to keep up with all this technology. I
But
think
you
I'm
doing-
doing pretty good. When I talk to some of the other folks that I know is in their 70s, I'm doing
I
pretty
think you're
good.
doing good too. You on Facebook and making move, got your website and everything.
Yes. I'm trying to do it. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you, Gloria.
Well, thank you, Ms. Joyce. We greatly appreciate you. And also, we'll also have the information once we conclude for tonight. We'll have the information of how they can go ahead and purchase your books. So I would like to say to everyone, thank you again for supporting us in the great African American Read-In for tonight. And also, please tune in on tomorrow night, as we have been saying for the past 2 days, that we will be here online, Facebook Live, for the entire month of February, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what we would like to say to you again, thank you for supporting us. We are Children's Island, where learning is a breeze, and see you on tomorrow night. Thank you and good night.
Okay, thanks. Bye.